and date set for preliminary exam. Are the people ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
All right, prior to going on record, we had a brief bench conference. Defense counsel indicated she had requested two things from the people. One was the original 911 call. It's my understanding that no longer exists. Is that accurate?
That's not true, Your Honor. I did speak to officer in charge, Detective DeGiacomo, about it. They're working on it. It may still exist. It might have been kicked out of the system.
Okay, so maybe. It's a maybe. And the other thing defense counsel requested was the complaining witnesses medical records. Obviously, the people would have a obligation to redact personal information out of that, but otherwise she's entitled to them. She's indicated she can go for the exam without them. So
Judge, may I just make a statement quickly? That is technically speaking accurate. I would prefer always to have full and complete discovery prior to a preliminary examination. For record purposes, I'm asking for an adjournment. Obviously, I came prepared to proceed today. The people did provide me with a very brief discharge summary, which really contains no content. They do not have them at the present time. So I'll defer to the court on that issue.
well, discovery's continuing. Madam Prosecutor's indicated she's requested documents. They don't have them. It's a GBH charge. There's no requirement in the jury instruction or statute that injury even be shown. It's just the intent. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed, and we'll see how far we get today, and hopefully we'll be able to conclude. And if not, we'll find another day.
Sure. And Judge, just one other preliminary matter. It's my understanding that people intend to call a single witness. In the instance that they intend to call more than one, I'm asking for an order of sequestration. The defense has no potential witnesses present.
Yeah, people don't object.
There's a joint sequestration order. It's granted. Are you requesting an exception for your officer in charge? Any objection? DeGiacomo.
No objection until I see.
Granted. All right. Call your first witness.
We'll call Kevin Carter to the stand.
Oh, and Judge, just quickly, I did advise my client of the purpose of a preliminary examination, the fact that testimony will be preserved if an exam is held and he's elected to hold it, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Sir, if you can come on up when you get to the top of the stairs there, and I'm going to ask you to face me and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? All right, have a seat in that chair. Sir, can you tell me your first and last name?
My first name is Kevin, last name is Carter, C-A-R.
Thank you, sir. Your witness, go ahead.
Can you please state, or here we go, correct? I'm going to take you back to the date of July 4th, 2025. Were you at the location 103, City of Taylor, County of Wayne?
Yes.
What's at that location? Okay, and who else lives there with you at the house?
My wife, my grandson, my granddaughter, and John.
Okay, and what's your wife's name?
Her name is Tina.
How old is your name?
Tina.
All right, and I know that we have an individual in the courtroom. Is this individual someone who could potentially testify?
No,
No?
no, she wasn't there.
Ma'am, can you tell me your first and last name for the record?
Brittany D'Souza.
Spell the last name, please.
D as in dog, E-S-O-U-Z-A.
All right, great. Go ahead. Tina's at the house. Who else?
Tina, your granddaughter, what's her name and age?
Jonelle, she's 8.
8, and you indicated Johnny.
Just John's daughter.
Okay, and would that be the person sitting in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Judge, I'm gonna object leading.
It's preliminary. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant, Johnny Petaway.
Record shall so reflect.
And what, if anything, happened this day brings you to court?
I was attacked.
By who?
Johnny Petaway.
Okay, same person you just identified in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Attacked how?
He attacked me from the back. He hit me in the head, knocked me to the ground.
All right, so let's take this back. You were at home with your wife
Yes, ma'am.
and your granddaughter,
Yes, ma'am.
and Johnny was there that day as well.
Yes, ma'am.
What were you guys doing?
I was upstairs at the time.
Okay.
He was downstairs with his mom.
Okay, when you're saying he, are you referring to Johnny?
Johnny, yes.
So, because we need to have a clear record,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
use names, okay?
Johnny was downstairs with his mom, and they were talking kind of loud. And I was upstairs, and then I heard her tell him he's not supposed to be drinking.
Judge, objection, hearsay.
Doesn't go to the truth of the matter asserted, but we can move on. Without telling me anything
Well, Judge,
that you
I would
hear.
like a ruling on that.
Go ahead.
Overruled. Go.
Thank you.
For that limited purpose. Go.
So actually continue.
So I came downstairs and I told him he's not supposed to be drinking. He told me, why do I have it in the house? And I told
He
him,
said what?
why do I have it in the house?
Meaning,
All right,
why
go
you have
ahead.
alcohol in the
Yes,
house?
ma'am.
Okay, then what happens?
And I told him, this is my house. I can have what I want in my house. Then he proceeded to yell and scream at me.
Scream and yell at you, how, for what?
He was like, his words were like, you're not supposed to have this in the house. And I told him he doesn't live here. He's not supposed to be drinking.
Was he just staying with you for the day or
No,
spending the day there?
He wasn't living with me at all.
Okay, he was just visiting.
Visiting, yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happens next?
So I come off the stairs, I go in the kitchen, stand behind him. He's yelling and screaming at me, told me he would beat my ass.
No, you can say it fully.
He said he would beat my ass.
Okay, then what happens?
And I told him, what you want to do? And he was like, I would kill you.
Okay, so before you get any further, you stated that you were near the island, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And where was Johnny standing in relation to?
At that time, he was standing by his mom by the stairs.
Okay, how far away from where you are?
So from me to the officer to my
The officer, so I would say what, about 10 to 15 feet? Would you agree, Sister Counsel? From there to where the officer is?
From where the witness stand,
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
15.
15 feet, yep. Okay, so about 15 feet away from you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened?
And then I told him to just leave. His brother was telling him to leave. He wouldn't leave. Then he proceeds to come around and grabs a butcher knife.
Okay, so now Johnny's in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
And where does he go in the kitchen to grab this butcher's knife?
It was while I'm standing there, I was by the refrigerator. The
Okay.
butcher knife was by the sink.
Okay, how far is that away from you?
So for me to maybe a little closer to where you at,
So closer than right here?
about 70 feet.
So where I am right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so about, I would say, probably.
He said 7 to 8 feet. He
Yeah.
testified. He gave us a distance.
Okay, what happens next?
He grabs the butcher knife. And I was on the phone with the 911 dispatch at the time.
Okay,
He proceeds to walk around to front of me with the butcher knife in his hand.
okay.
I grab a chair and lift the chair up.
So at this point, he comes around near you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is he facing you,
Yes, ma'am.
face to face?
Yes, ma'am.
And is he still holding the butcher's knife?
Yes,
What does
ma'am.
it look like?
Huh?
What does it look like?
It was probably about 10 inches long.
Let the record reflect that the witness is gesturing with his hands about 10 inches long.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and then what happened?
He came at me, but I pulled the chair up to keep him away from me.
So, let the record reflect, what are you holding up actually? What are you
I have
gesturing?
a bar stool.
A bar stool.
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
the record reflect that the witness is just gesturing with his hand that he's holding up a bar stool.
Record shall so reflect.
Thank you, Your Honor. What is Johnny doing with this knife when he comes at you?
He's actually coming at me with the knife in his hand
Okay, is the blade towards you
Yes,
or
ma'am.
away from you?
toward me.
Towards you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then what happens?
Then by that time, his mother was yelling and screaming at him. He takes the knife and he throws it on the counter.
Okay,
Then she grabs the knife and she tosses it in the sink.
who does?
His mother.
Okay,
So-
His mother, your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So as I panned away from where he was at to see where she was at, I panned back. He wasn't there no more. As I went to
I'm gonna
turn,
stop you there for a second and go back just a little bit. When Johnny was approaching you with that knife
yes, ma'am.
and when he held it to you,
Yes, ma'am.
what did you feel in that moment?
Threatened
Why?
because I thought he was going to kill me.
Did you fear for your life?
Yes, I did.
Did you believe that he might actually harm you with this knife?
Judge, I'm gonna object leaving.
That's,
Preliminary, Your Honor.
I mean, no, at that point, it's sustained.
Both questions, she rapid.
I didn't hear the answer. I didn't hear the answer to either one of those two questions, but the last two questions were leading. He asked him how he felt. He said he was in fear of his life because he thought he was going to stab him. And then after that,
I asked him, did you believe that he was gonna harm you?
No, kill you, I think.
Because he said he was gonna kill me. I'm following up on his own words. That's not leading.
no, the format of it was, I mean, the way you asked it was.
Okay. Based on Johnny's words to you, did you believe he was going to harm you?
Yes,
Why?
because he had anger in his heart.
Okay. And what happened after that?
By that time, when I looked up, his mother had grabbed the knife and I panned away to see where he was at. Then as I turned back around, I didn't see him by the stairs. He was yelling telling his mother to get me out of here. I said, no, you leave, you're not getting him out of here.
Okay.
Then by that time, I turned my head again, he's behind me.
How do you know that it's Johnny behind you?
Because there's only 3 of us in the house at that time. By that time, his daughter was upstairs.
Okay.
And Judge, I'm just going to object to his response. His own testimony indicates that it's based on speculation and an assumption.
Well, Your Honor, I'm fleshing this out.
Overruled, go ahead.
At some point, do you see that it's Johnny behind you?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
When I turned around to pan to see his face, that's when he hits me in the back of the head.
What does he hit you with?
I don't know.
Okay, what does it feel like?
It was hard.
Okay, and
And
then
I-
what happens?
I hit the ground.
So you fell because
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
head?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened next?
But then I went to get up, he jumps on top of me, he punches me in the head 15 to 20 times.
Okay, at this point, is your face on the floor or are you facing Johnny?
So I'm on the ground like this.
Okay, you're looking away from him?
No, I'm looking toward the ground.
Toward the
And
ground.
I just had surgery to my eye, so I was protecting my eye.
To which eye?
My left eye.
Your left eye. Let the record reflect that the witness is gesturing with both hands in like a protective V position with his fist on his forehead.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the position you were in as Johnny was throwing punches at you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and was he, to your recollection, doing this with open fist or closed fist?
Close fist.
Closed fist. How many punches would you say?
I calculated 15 to 20 punches.
Okay, and they were making contact with your arms
My
as you
head
showed
and
us?
my arm, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And by
Did
that
anything happen
time,
after that?
when
I'm sorry, could we have one at a time?
what happened
Yeah.
after that?
his mother jumps on top of my head, and
Okay,
when she jumps on top of me, he stops punching me. He kicked me in my right side 3 times. He stumped me and kicked me in my left side 7 to 8 times.
can you see him doing this?
I felt him.
Okay, were you still on the ground?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what happened next?
Then I felt all the movement stop. I went to lift my head up. He punches me in the face 3 times and runs off the door.
Okay, what happens after that?
I was still on the phone when I went dispatch, and then I was in pain. But at the time, the police had came.
Okay,
The police came. They took a statement from me.
so let me ask you this, when the police arrived, were you able to get back up on your feet at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, were you able to walk around?
Yes, I
Were you
was.
able to move around?
Yes, I was.
Okay, how were you feeling at that time?
At the time, I was in a little pain. The pain
Okay.
wasn't severe at that time because my adrenaline was so high.
Okay, and so when the police arrived, what do you do?
Then I sat down in the chair by the front door, and there was asking me questions, and I gave a statement. The officer said, "Do I want to go to emergency, to the hospital?" I said, "No, I
Okay.
can't afford an ambulance."
An ambulance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so at any point, do you tell them what happened to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What happens next?
Then the officer said, "Okay, what was his description? What did he have on?"
Mhm.
I said, "He had on boots, he had on a black tracksuit with no shirt, and his hair was wild."
Okay,
His hair was what?
Wild, like
Okay.
afro.
did you provide him with any other ways to find him?
Yes,
How?
I told him he stays off of North Line Road. I couldn't, at the time, couldn't remember the name of the apartment complex.
Okay, and then at some point, do you actually get medical treatment?
Yes,
When?
I went to Fairlane.
And Judge, I'm just gonna object to the question on the grounds of relevance. Injury is not an element of either offense with which the defendant presently stands charged.
I mean, Your Honor, sister counsel can't have it both ways. You can't say, I want medical records, and then say, well, injury.
Well, she
is
didn't
not-
get the medical records. I mean, I just heard testimony that the guy, or that the defendant came at him with a knife, and that the defendant then punched him 10 to 15 times, had him on the ground, kicked him in the ribs. I mean, I don't, if you want to just go briefly on that,
Very
but
briefly.
I don't necessarily need it.
Very briefly, at some point, do you get medical attention?
Yes,
And-
Henry Ford Hospital.
Okay, what day? What day do you go to Henry Ford
That
Hospital?
was July 4th, right about 5 o'clock.
Was it the same day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why did you have to go to the hospital?
Because at the time I couldn't breathe.
Okay, and what if anything happened once you got there?
When I got there, that's when I had 4 broken ribs on my.
And Judge, I'm gonna object. It's premised on hearsay. He has no personal knowledge as to what the inside of his body may have contained, whether they be broken, fractured, etc. A doctor told him that.
It's noticed, Your Honor, this is something that was revealed to him by a medical professional, and this is something about his body that can testify.
It's hearsay though. He's testifying as to a diagnosis. He's saying that my ribs were in fact broken.
Saying he learned that. I mean, obviously he learned it from the physicians. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. I'm going to allow it, but that's it. Like, I don't,
Yeah,
all I want to know is, did they keep you overnight?
Yes, it did.
All right,
that would have been my last question. Nothing further.
cross.
Judge,
His
testimony, and I didn't know this before because there's no reference to it in the discovery materials, is that he was on the phone with 911 during the entirety of this alleged physical assault. I am asking now, based on his testimony, that we adjourn this matter so that I may obtain the 911 call. I think it may be inherently exculpatory.
Your Honor, I would object. We've had a PCC on this. This has not been brought up before, not requested before.
Is this in the investigator's report or in discovery that he indicated he was on the phone with 911?
The entire time?
I mean, did he indicate that the assault happened while he was on the phone? I mean, we don't even know if, I'm not adjourning because we don't even know if the call exists.
Well,
she's indicated that at first I thought it did not. I mean, if it would have happened in Detroit, it would have been gone by now.
Sure.
But she indicated her OIC may be able to locate the call and they're working on it, but it may be gone. And that's, you know, something you get to argue in front of a jury potentially, but I'm not.
And the answer to that is no, I don't see that in the report. Just by looking at it, there's no mention that he's on the 911 call.
Exactly, and I find this to be inherently problematic. I need that in order to effectively represent my client based on his own testimony.
Your Honor, discovery is ongoing. This is now a question of fact. His testimony is there. She can cross-examine him all she wants, but it's not going to change anything that would change a question of fact here. We're here for his testimony. His credibility is something she can question. If these don't exist, we're adjourning for like a 7th time on this exam.
This is my first request for an adjournment. He had prior counsel. It is absolutely necessary. Under People versus Anderson, the court can obviously take credibility into account at a preliminary examination. This evidence is clearly based on his testimony, critical for effective cross-examination. And the only thing I ever want to do in my job is effectively represent my clients. He is entitled to it, and I am asking you to adjourn, and I am asking for production of the 911 call. And just so the court knows, immediately when I was retained, I sent in a demand for discovery to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, where I demanded not only preservation of all recordings, body worn camera, 911, etc., but production. And I haven't received it. Clearly, my understanding, based on my review of the discovery, is that he just called 911. Now this has transitioned into an allegation that he was literally on a recorded line throughout the entirety of the incident that forms the basis for the instant case.
And if I may, Your Honor, once we got that discovery report, I myself, actually, my office sends discovery. I sent it myself twice. Whatever he said about the 911 call is his words in the video discovery, which if she reviewed, she'd know. So it's not in the paper, but he does mention that to the police. The people do not have the 911 calls. I cannot produce something that I do not have. So discovery is ongoing.
And we don't even know if it exists.
Well,
you've made your objection for the record. We're proceeding with cross-examination. Your objection's noted.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Sir, you know Johnny Petaway because he's your stepson, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You are, in fact, married to his mother, Tina Carr,
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
How long have you been married to her?
We celebrate 25 years, September 16th.
So a long time. Congratulations. Now, obviously, Johnny's been in your life throughout the entirety of your marriage, fair?
Yes, ma'am.
You would agree with me that you and him do not have the best relationship, correct?
Yes.
You are not particularly fond of him, correct?
Sorry?
You're not fond of Johnny. You don't like Johnny, fair? Okay. You would agree with me that you and your wife have had numerous arguments exclusively relating to Mr. Petaway, fair?
Yes.
And you expressed, or it was your position, that you don't want Johnny around, you don't want her doing things for Johnny, correct?
Yes.
Now, obviously, it's a bother to you when Johnny's around, fair?
Yes.
And he was around on July 4th of this year, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
At the residence you live at with your wife, correct?
Yes.
Now, the defendant was not living with you at any point in time in July of 2025.
No.
And that is because you would not allow it. Fair?
No, that's not true.
Okay. Did you know anything about his living arrangements at the time?
Yes.
I'm gonna object to the relevance of this.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm gonna give her some leeway.
So you knew things about his living arrangements at this time, right?
Yes.
You knew he was living in an apartment, fair?
Yes.
You knew that his lease was up on that apartment.
I'm gonna
That I
object.
didn't know.
if he knows the answer, your objection's noted, overruled. I'm gonna give her some leeway. I don't know where she's going.
Did you know that he was no longer going to be able to live at the apartment he was residing at?
Yes.
Okay? Meaning he didn't have a place to live in the near future, correct?
Yes.
And that was concerning to you because you knew that his mother would want him to stay with you
Objection.
and her at the house.
No.
Speculation, this is like speculation within speculation.
He can say he doesn't know.
If the
Wait.
mom knew.
Wait, the question is, did he think that? Or
Yes.
did the mom think that?
You knew. That's how I started the question.
Did you know that the mom's gonna want him to live there?
No.
All right, he answered it. Go.
Okay.
Next.
Now, you knew that Mr. Petaway was on parole in July of 2025, correct?
Yes.
And you knew that as a term of his parole, he was subject to a number of conditions. Fair?
Yes.
And you were consciously aware of those because you were interested, correct?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
You knew about the conditions of his parole because you were interested in what they were.
No.
Okay. How do you know about them?
I just know bits and pieces of it from what
Okay.
my mother told me.
Well, you do know that if he violates any of those conditions, he can face serious
No,
consequences.
object to speculation. He wouldn't know.
Do you know? I
He
can
said,
ask.
hold on, both of you can't talk over each other. But okay, your objection is that she's asking him to speculate. What is your response?
It is a leading question. It is proper. He can say no, yes, I don't know.
Ask the
Or you're
question.
wrong.
Ask the question again.
Sir, you knew that if Mr. Petaway violated any conditions of his parole, he could face serious consequences,
I didn't
right?
know.
You
You
didn't
did
know?
not know that, sir?
Yeah, I know that.
You did, okay.
Meaning you knew that he could be locked up if he violated parole, right?
Yes.
And you knew that one of his parole conditions was no alcohol consumption, right? And that if he violated, he could go to jail, right? And he wouldn't be around you or your wife, right?
I just, you state the question, please.
Okay. If he's in jail, he wouldn't be around you or your wife,
Yes.
right? And your wife wouldn't treat him like a child and do things for him. Fair?
Don't understand.
Okay, I'll move on. Thank you. Were you aware that Mr. Petaway was eligible to get off parole early? Now, you claim that an incident occurred at your residence on the 4th of July, right?
Yes.
You claim that you, your wife, Ms. Carr, and Mr. Petaway were present in relevant part, correct?
Yes.
Is Miss Carr the child?
That's
No,
my wife.
All right,
his mom, his wife.
all right.
Now, sir, I just want to go over the layout of your house. It's 2 floors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Entrance is on the 1st floor, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When you enter the front door, there's a living room, right? That living room extends into a kitchen area,
Yes.
correct? In between the living room and kitchen, there's an island.
Correct.
In between the living room and kitchen, which are effectively one room, there is a staircase that leads to the 2nd floor, right? And the island obviously has two accessible sides, meaning one that connects into the living room, right?
Yes,
And the other that connects into the kitchen, meaning by the fridge, by the sink, etc. Correct?
yeah, there's two sides to get, the island sits in the middle, there's two sides on both sides of the kitchen.
I understand that. Okay, but if you're looking at the kitchen from the living room,
You can see both sides.
exactly. And one side is near the fridge and the sink, and the other side is near the living room.
No.
So no?
There's one side near the refrigerator, there's one side near the kitchen where the dining table, there's a side by the sink, and there's a side by the living room. It sits directly in the middle, so it's 4 different sides.
So it's, okay, wait, so I understand. So the island's in the middle. If I'm at your front door
Yeah.
and I walk in,
Yes,
I'm in your living room.
Yes, ma'am.
I can see the island right in front of me.
Yes, you can.
And if I'm standing at your front door looking, behind me is the or in front of me would be the kitchen.
Sink.
Okay, the sink over there. And then on the left side, what would I see?
Refrigerator and the
All right.
side dining table.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Now, at some point in time during July 4th, Johnny comes over, right? Do you recall, please say yes or no?
Yes.
Do you recall what time he came over?
To my knowledge, it's about 2 o'clock.
Okay. Now, obviously, because you don't like Johnny being around, you weren't happy that he came over.
That's not true.
Okay. Now, after he arrives, he's just hanging out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hanging out with his mother, fair?
Yes,
You're upstairs, correct?
yes.
Are you drinking any alcohol on this date?
No, ma'am.
Now, at some point in time, you hear Johnny and his mother communicating, right?
Yes,
And they were communicating about alcohol, fair?
yes.
How long had he been at the house at the time you heard that?
Who was at the house? To my knowledge, probably about an hour.
Okay. Now, this was just a conversation, fair?
Sorry.
Meaning what you heard was him talking to his mom.
Very
Right.
loudly, yes.
Okay.
Very what?
Loudly.
Okay.
Well, you know Johnny, and you know Johnny can be loud, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's not out of the ordinary, correct?
No, it's not.
You did not see him doing anything wrong towards his mother or towards your house while you were upstairs, right?
Well, how can I see him on the stairs?
Okay. You just simply heard this discussion about alcohol.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you knew at that point that he is not supposed to be around alcohol or drink alcohol as a condition of parole, right?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained. Go ahead. Next question.
Moving on, thank you. Your wife didn't ask for you to come downstairs, did she?
No.
You just simply decided to, right?
Yes.
And you had your phone with you when you went downstairs, correct? You had it in your hand, actually, correct?
Yes.
Now, when you come downstairs, you initiate contact with Johnny, right?
Yes.
And you do that by making a statement to him.
Yes.
And that statement was, you're not supposed to be drinking, correct?
Yes.
Did you see him drinking?
Yes.
What was he drinking?
A wine cooler.
Okay. Do you confiscate that from him?
He put it on the floor.
Okay. Now, you and him go back and forth, right?
Yes.
Verbally arguing, correct? At that point in time, you tell him you're going to call the police, right?
Yes.
And that is simply because he's around alcohol and he's drinking.
No.
Because you were arguing with him?
He threatened me.
Hey, no.
Now, you actually call the police at that time,
I called the police after he threatened me.
Okay. And you tell the police, from your perspective, what's going on.
Yes,
I'm assuming that you told the police that he threatened you.
yes,
Did you tell the police he was drinking?
no,
Now, obviously, you knew that the police would likely come in response to your 911 call. He didn't come to your house. And you knew that Johnny would be in trouble and likely be removed from your house by the police.
yes,
Now, during this verbal argument, you would agree with me that Johnny wanted to leave your house.
no,
So it's your position that even though you're calling 911 in his presence, he doesn't try to leave or want to leave.
I'm gonna object to the want to leave, that's speculative, he doesn't know what, it's in Johnny's.
How about this? Did he make an attempt to leave while you were calling? All right.
You're obviously on the phone in front of Mr. Petaway, right?
yes,
And he can hear what you're saying because you're in close proximity. And you're telling me that while he knows you're on the phone with law enforcement, he begins to physically assault you or threaten you with a knife.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, it's your position that the first thing that occurs during the alleged incident is that he goes and retrieves a knife.
Repeat the question, please.
Is it your position that the first thing that occurs during the alleged incident, aside from the argument, is him going and retrieving a knife?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Prior to that, had you engaged in any sort of physical action towards him?
No,
Had you threatened him?
no,
In order to grab the knife, he would have had to go around the island
Yes.
there. And where are you located at the time he goes around the island?
I was on the opposite side of the island.
Okay, so the island's in between both of you.
Yes,
And the knives are in a butcher block,
yes, ma'am.
which is visible,
Yes,
which you could see from where you were standing while you were on the phone.
yes,
So you knew as he was going to the butcher block that he could be retrieving a knife.
yes,
Okay, do you tell the police, I see him going towards a butcher block, I think he's going to grab a knife?
no,
Do you make any attempt at that point in time to exit the house?
no,
Obviously, you were scared when he had the knife, right?
yes,
And you would have been scared if you saw him going to grab a knife,
yes.
yet you take no action to extricate yourself from the situation.
Question is, how can I? He's standing with a knife in my hand toward me.
Well, the island is between you as you see him going to grab the knife.
He came, grabbed the knife. He walks around the island. At that time, he was within 5 feet of me. So how was I supposed to run to the door? He's standing in front of me.
I understand that's your position. Now, you, as you see him approaching closer to you
Yes,
with a knife, you don't try to leave the house.
I couldn't.
I'm assuming that you consistently updated the 911 dispatcher play-by-play on what was going on.
Yes,
You indicated he walked towards you.
yes, he did.
He didn't charge at you, run towards you.
He came at me aggressively.
Okay. At that point in time, you're about 5 feet away from him.
When he came closer to me, we were less than 2 feet away from each other. That's when I grabbed the chair.
Okay. And we're talking a bar stool?
Yes, ma'am.
Which hand was he holding the knife in?
I can't recollect, I don't remember.
You can't remember what side it was on?
Because when he was coming at me, he had the knife in his hand like this. I don't, at the time, my adrenaline, I was feared for my life, so I just grabbed a chair. I just see the knife come at me. It could be his right hand.
Okay, but you don't know?
No.
Okay. Now, at this point, you still have your phone, and you're still on the phone with 911, right?
Yes.
And this is all while you're grabbing the bar stool and holding it in front of you to block him.
I had the bar stool in one hand, my phone in the other hand. Bar stool was in my left hand, my phone was in my right.
Okay. You would agree with me that throughout your testimony, you've made some physical movements to illustrate how you were holding the bar stool.
And holding it up like this.
Oh, that's how you're doing it now with one hand, but you would agree that you've made physical movements depicting it with two hands.
I don't agree.
Okay. Is this a metal bar stool?
It's aluminum, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're strong enough with one hand on the bar stool to pick it up, hold it up directly in front of you, and block someone who is allegedly coming at you with a knife,
yes.
All while on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
You are successful with one hand in blocking Mr. Petaway,
yes,
fair? At that point in time, the knife is set down on the counter, fair?
Yes.
And your wife apparently retrieves it and discards it in the sink.
Yes.
You would agree with me that at no point in time during this incident did Johnny touch you with a knife?
No.
Fair? Didn't cut you, slash you,
no.
etc. Didn't stab you, correct?
Correct.
Didn't try to come around the bar stool and stab you?
He swung it at me, yes.
But it made no contact
No.
with you? At that point in time, you put the bar stool down?
Yes.
And do you change locations?
No, still in the same spot.
Okay. Now, where is Johnny at the time you put the bar stool down?
He walked away toward the staircase.
So towards the front door?
No, nowhere near the front door.
Well, the kitchen is at the far.
The way the house is set up, the bar, here's the counter.
Mhm.
Less than 5 feet is the staircase going up to the second floor.
Sure.
The door's probably 20 yards, like maybe 10 yards from the kitchen.
Okay,
So the doors, like where that door is, this is the counter. That's what it is.
I
And
understand.
then he's pointing to the courtroom door. I'm not sure the exact, the front door from the
Yes, ma'am.
town.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go on, next
I
question.
understand, but the stairs are closer to the front door than they are to,
No.
let's say, the refrigerator.
No,
Okay. Now, is your back towards him at that point?
at that point, when he dropped the knife, I was facing him.
Okay. And you remain facing him
Yes.
the entire time?
No. When I panned away to look to see what was going on to my right, when I panned back to where he was standing at, he wasn't there anymore.
Okay.
Then as I panned around to my left again, that's when I noticed he hit me in the back of the head.
Okay, so you did not notice him prior to being hit in the head come around you and get behind you?
No, I did not.
You did not see who actually hit you in the head?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
From a corner of my eye, when I seen him hit me, when I hit the ground.
Okay, understood. Where were you struck?
I was struck in the back of the head.
Directly in the back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You fell?
Yes, I did.
Describe how you fell.
Face first.
Okay, so face down, right? But it's your claim that Mr. Petaway immediately began punching you in the face.
This is correct. And I never said the face.
So he punches you, I think you said 25 to 30 times.
I did not say that either.
Okay,
I said 15 to 20 times.
okay. And as he's punching you, you're just laying there counting each punch?
As a person laying on the ground protecting himself, yes, I did.
He makes contact with your head and your face.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you wearing glasses on this day?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And those remained on throughout the entirety of
No,
the?
he knocked them off.
Okay. So I'm assuming, sir, that he was punching you quite hard.
Yes, he was.
Okay. And it hurt.
Yes, he did.
Did he strike you in the nose?
No.
Did he strike you in the eye?
Yes.
Did he strike you in the mouth?
No.
Counsel, how much more do you have?
I'm almost finished.
All right.
Sir, at any point in time, while he is punching you, 15 to 20 times, do you begin to bleed?
I did not.
Okay. Now, it is also your claim that Mr. Petaway strikes you in the abdomen?
I did not say that.
Okay, stomach area, your
I
body?
said stomach.
Okay, so where does he strike you?
My ribs.
Okay. Which you would agree with me are in your torso, around your stomach?
We know where ribs are.
Okay,
Move on.
Good. Go ahead.
He did not punch me. He stomped and kicked me in my ribs.
When you say stomp,
Yes.
Okay.
Stomped down. He kicks like he's kicking a fool.
okay. And you're simply allowing this to occur?
How can I do anything when his mother laying across my head?
I'm sorry?
His mother was laying across my head as he got to punching me. To protect my face.
Okay. Well, no one was restraining your arms, right?
I was protecting myself.
Okay, so your arms were up, his
Yes.
mom's on top of
Yes, ma'am.
your head and your arms, and you're just simply laying there,
Yes, ma'am.
allowing yourself to be kicked and or stomped repeatedly.
Yes, ma'am.
Objection to the question. She's saying he's allowing himself to get assaulted.
Well, that's
I
effectively
mean,
what the testimony is.
it's argumentative, period, and it's also,
Mischaracterizing.
I mean, it's a form of re-victimization against the allegations. He's just allowing himself to be kicked. He testified he's punched in the head 15 to 20 times. He's covering himself because he had just had eye surgery, and his wife gets on top of him to stop her son from punching him repeatedly in the head. And I mean, to say he's just letting this happen, but that's fine. Go, next question.
Sir, did you ever attempt to kick Mr. Petaway while he was doing this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, no one was holding your legs down and preventing you from doing that, right?
No, ma'am.
And during this entire period of time, you're still on the phone with 911, right?
At that time, I didn't know what the phone was out of my hands, so I don't know if I was still on the phone at that time.
Okay, you never took an app to hang up the phone, fair?
The phone was knocked out of my hand.
I understand, you never actually ended the call. Now, before the alleged punching, the alleged kicking, the alleged stomping, it was your testimony that Johnny asked his mother to take him away from the residence.
Yes.
And you prevented her from doing that by indicating that she was not permitted to use your vehicle to take him where he wanted to go.
Yes.
You knew that he didn't have another ride away from your residence, right?
He walked there, he could walk home.
Okay. He leaves.
Sorry.
He leaves.
He runs out the house.
Okay, so this alleged assault just stops because he decides he's done effectively. And I know you don't know that, but it just stops abruptly at some point.
Yes.
Okay. Do you call 911 a second time?
No.
At some point, the police do in fact respond to your residence, right?
Yes.
And you actually stand up and answer the door.
Yes.
You invite the police into your residence, correct?
Yes.
Johnny's not there.
No.
And you stand there for an extended period of time talking to the police,
This is
right? You had no problem speaking at that point, correct? You weren't out of breath, fair?
Fair.
During your communications with law enforcement, you actually volunteer to walk around the house and retrieve, let's say, a photograph of Johnny, right?
This is true.
And you had no problem walking to do that. During your communications, you're actually lifting both arms to direct the police where things allegedly occurred, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't have any problem doing that, correct?
Correct.
During your discussion with the police, you promptly tell them that Mr. Petaway is on parole, correct? And that was important for you to communicate to them, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because he attacked me.
And if you told the police
Move
that,
on, move on.
during your contact with law enforcement, you would agree, sir, you didn't have any visible injuries to your person.
Excuse me?
You didn't have any visible injuries to your person.
To my knowledge, I didn't know.
Oh.
He said he doesn't know.
Okay.
To his knowledge, he doesn't know.
The police actually examined your body, fair?
No, they did not.
They never asked you to lift up your shirt?
No. Wait, yes, they did.
Okay, and you did,
Yes, they did.
right? And they examined your body.
They just looked at me. They didn't
Okay,
touch
they
me.
looked at your body.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would,
He asked me where was I hurting at, and I pointed to.
okay, and you only showed him a single side of your body,
Yes, ma'am.
not both,
No.
meaning right and left.
Yes.
You had no cuts, abrasions on your person.
I had a black eye.
Did the police take any photographs of you? Did the police request that you take photographs of yourself?
No.
Now, the police specifically asked you if you would like medical treatment,
Yes.
and you declined.
I declined because I didn't want to go in the ambulance. I ended up taking myself to the ER.
Now, they actually have you complete a written statement.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And you do,
I'm sorry.
and you do.
I do what?
You complete a written statement.
Yes, I went at the house again.
Okay, and you only told the police the truth about what happened, right?
All right, we're gonna have to.
Judge, I have two more questions too.
All right, I mean, my
Two.
court reporter we've got 11 minutes. We can be,
We're gonna be done.
okay, well.
I
let me
assure
see.
you. Now, sir, you went to the hospital that very day.
Yes.
And it's your position that you were told by a medical professional that you had fractured ribs, right?
Broken ribs, yes.
Okay. Have you ever broken your ribs or a rib before?
No.
Were you involved in a car accident?
Yes, it was.
Did you break any bones?
Foot, hip, shoulder.
Do you work?
Every day.
What do you do?
I'm a sales rep for a roofing company.
Okay. You're not actually a roofer?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You immediately returned to work after the 4th of July holiday?
No, ma'am.
You did not?
No.
Take a leave of absence?
I was off for a week.
Okay. I have no further questions for this witness.
Madam Prosecutor, any redirect? All right, this witness is excused. Thank you, sir. You're all set. All right, any further witnesses?
No, the before us.
Counsel.
I have no witnesses.
Move for Brett over as charged, reserve argument for adult.
Judge, I'm objecting to bind over. I'm asking that you consider dismissal of the instant case, both charges. I do not believe that the people have sustained their burden, even under a probable cause standard, based on the testimony that's been presented. Let's look at elements here. I don't believe that the testimony was sufficient to establish an intent a specific intent to cause great bodily harm. Plus, I think there are significant issues with credibility as it relates to this witness. I know that the court may take his statements at face value, but when you break this down, when you look at his actual allegations, they are not supported by any objective evidence that has been presented. There are no photographs depicting that he had any injuries. I mean, by his own testimony, he effectively acknowledged and then changed his story regarding whether or not he had any physical manifestations of injury. Think about being stomped on. Think about being kicked. Think about being punched 25 to 30 times in the face. You know that if there was an injury, the police would have taken a photograph of it. The bottom line is, I think under People versus Anderson, you can assess credibility, and I assert that his testimony was not credible, and I'm asking that you dismiss the case.
All right, well, I saw that a lot differently. Madam Prosecutor, you don't need to respond. Quite frankly, Mr. Carr is the most credible witness I've seen in months. Mr. Carr was on point. He stated the facts. He didn't get mixed up. His story was consistent the whole way through while he testified. I thought he did a very good job at testifying. He was a good witness, period. He was very consistent. He admitted his fault. He admitted, he doesn't really like Mr. Petaway, doesn't really like him, doesn't want him living with him, doesn't want mom taking him in the car. I mean, he didn't try and conceal his, feelings. He testified that the defendant grabbed a knife, came at him with a butcher's knife, eventually put it down on the counter, and then he punched him multiple times on his head, 15 to 20 times, and then he kicked and stomped on his ribs. On direct, you objected to the defense counsel objected to the fact that he testified he had 4 broken ribs, but then questions were asked with him on cross-examination about the 4 broken ribs, so I'm certainly going to consider that. He also testified he didn't want to go to the hospital because he didn't want to take an ambulance. Nobody in the United States of America wants to take an ambulance because we can't afford them. So he drove himself to the emergency room or had someone take him. He testified he went to the emergency room later that night. He testified they kept him overnight. I mean, for a probable cause standard, people aren't required to have a bunch of corroborating evidence. It comes down to witness credibility. I found it to be very credible. I did. I know. You looked at me like I was crazy.
No,
I'm just saying, wait,
like you're crazy.
Sir, you're bound over to the Third Circuit Court on the charges as written in the complaint and warrant. Since you're in custody, your arraignment on the information will be October 22nd of 2025. And that concludes today's hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.